Haven't done my taxes. I'm too turned up. I'm about to do my taxes right now. So why you lying? Oh my God. Hold on. Now I know y'all boys remember the PSP, bro. This was so ahead of its time, like I don't even know what to say. I used to be on here just, they had NBA Live. Man, some good games on here. Yeah. Where was I going? Oh yeah. While I go get my morning coffee, I figured I would bring another video because some of my pretty much my most watched videos are from when I owned the Range Rover Velar. If you've watched the videos, you know I kind of had a love-hate thing with that car. I started out obsessed, and then it quickly became just a very annoying ownership. It was the first generation model for that car, and Range Rovers already aren't the best. But with that being said, I know a lot of people kind of wondered like what kind of steps I took to own that car and everything like that, and when I sold it, did I lose a ton or whatever. So yeah, I have had people ask me how can they buy a Range Rover. I guess some dealerships aren't the best with working with people under like 25 trying to buy that expensive of a car. They either want you to put a lot down or have really good credit or try to get a co-signer, stuff like that. And to be honest, I don't think you have to do any of those things. When you go into a dealership that's selling cars like that, they act like they are really strict, but at the end of the day, their salesmen want to sell you the car. It's not like they're doing you some tremendous favor. They're trying to sell you the car. You don't have to like do all this crazy stuff just to try to get it. Obviously, if you can afford it, the main thing is you should know if you can afford something. Don't go in there thinking, oh, like I can pay $500 a month, and then when they hit you with $750 a month, because the price they come back with is usually always higher than whatever you're thinking. Because I remember speccing out the car online and doing their like online payment calculator, and it came back like $120 cheaper than what I end up like being offered at the dealership. So if something like that happens to you, don't be like, all right, I would just get it anyway. Like, make sure you can afford the car. It was very expensive, and to me, I just wasn't getting like my money's worth. I felt like my phone wouldn't connect, and it was just little things that just bothered me, that I was like, I'm paying too much for this car to not really like love it. Like, my Camaro was way cheaper and I enjoy it way more. So at the end of the day, I end up saving money and getting rid of it and all that fun stuff. So yeah, honestly, they want to sell you the car because like I still get deals, and they're like, come in, we'll get you the Velar, a better version of the Velar you had, and it'll be $150 cheaper or whatever, payments $550 a month or whatever. But they always want to do $7,000 down, and honestly, if you're trying to lease, do not walk in there and put $7 grand down on a lease. Try to get it. I mean, try to get it between $1,500 down to $0 down. It's a lease, so putting the money down is only making your payment lower. And I know some people just like the feeling of having a lower payment, so I'm totally good with that. But $7,000 down is just too much. If you walked off the lot, crashed that car, you just lost $7,000. Like, it's gone, and they're not giving it back. Trust me. But yeah, you don't have to put a lot of money down. Honestly, they want to sell you the car, so just negotiate, do your deals, try to get that sales price down, whatever you have to do to not put the money down and also walk out, because once they run your credit and all that fun stuff, at that point you can just try to negotiate to the price you want. I think if you're under 25, they're really going to want you to have over 700 credit score. It's not really impossible. It's not like it might be a deal breaker if you walk in there and say, okay, I want to lease a Range Rover, I'm under 700 credit score, I only have $1,000 to put down. Like, they're really not going to want to give you that car. And if they do, they're going to have some crazy rates, and you're going to be probably, the residual is going to be super high, and you're going to be paying a lot more than what you should. Like, the car is going to be, what, 70 grand, and you're probably going to lease like 1,000 or more or something. Like, I've seen some crazy lease deals. Like, I got a friend with a Charger right now, RT, not even Scat Pack or anything, and his lease is like $750. So, like, you just have to make sure, like, your stuff is in order. Don't walk in there and think like, oh, I'm 23, I don't have good credit, I'm not putting a lot of money down, and they're gonna give me a good deal. Like, they're not gonna want to give you that car. Like, you're pretty much a risk at that point, and they think at some point you might just stop paying. So but yeah, the main things I saw is really just have good credit, obviously stable income, show you can afford the car, and yeah, and negotiate. The best thing to do, honestly, would probably be to finance. That's how you can secure the car faster. Like, go get financing, show up there, and just make it happen, honestly. But yeah, make sure you're doing all the calculations that you can afford the car. On a lease, try to put down as low as possible, and then if you're financing, honestly, you can put down to 7K or whatever, but that's just up to you, because you're going to own the car, and you want to own the car a little long term. In my case, it was a little different. I was the first one to take delivery to the Range Rover in Nebraska. I was like, I'm gonna see, I don't think I'm gonna own it long term, but I could if I love it. And about 14 months in, I was like, okay, I need to figure out how to get rid of this and not lose everything. And I end up selling it for a little, like, more than what I owed on it, so I got money back, and everything just turned out to be good. But that doesn't happen often, so you really have to just pay attention. Buy used if you can, or with warranty though. And yeah, but yeah, the young guys that were asking me what they needed to do before they tried to go buy one, yeah, just get your credit right, make sure you can afford it, stable income, stuff like that. Like, you might be out the door $1,000 every month, so you just have to make sure, because even if, say, your payment's $700, your car insurance is probably going to be pretty expensive. I think at that time I was paying like $110 a month for the Camaro, and I think the Range Rover was like $200 a month. So, and I've always had pretty good car insurance, so yours might be more than $200 a month, so that's already $900 right there. And then gas, you factor gas in. Range Rovers don't get the best miles per gallon, so yeah, it's gonna be close to $1,000 a month. So just make sure you can afford that for real, for real. Don't go broke trying to look like you got bread. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I wanted to bring you guys that video. Maybe I only had a couple people ask, but I don't have content right now. We're not doing anything. I'm only going to Duncan and back home. Everybody stay home, stay safe, live your best life, man. Or try at least. But yeah, I'll catch you on the next video. Comment below if you want to see anything. Blazer, Camaro, Audi, like whatever you want to see. I don't know. Just help just give me content, I guess. Like the video and also share it so we can get the views back up. My videos aren't going out to subscribers because YouTube only likes the bigger YouTubers. It is what it is.